Page 18, Ecossaise by Beethoven. This is a piece found in a lot of method books. You can look up what an Ecossaise is. It's a type of fun type dance with unexpected things going on. Yeah. 2/4 time, 1 sharp. F sharps, right hand. We're starting out here with 16th notes. Well, 2 16th notes to an 8th note. So that's the equivalent of 1/8 note, which is a half a beat. A lot of math in it. So you're coming in on the and of 2. 2 and. 2 and 1. 1 and 2 and 1. You can go 1 ended, 2 ended to count the 16th notes. Generally, I will feel the 16th notes in between the 8th notes. But if you wanted, technically we go 1 ended, 2 and 1 ended, 2 and 1 type thing. Go over to the last 2 measures, the first line. You're here, A sharp, and then go on like it was at the beginning. By the way, you gotta cross over to get the F sharp, and then reach up to get the E. Now when you first learn this, I recommend playing it all legato if you can. Forget the staccato and all that. We got enough to deal with notes and rhythms and fingering. Ugh. So at the beginning again, connect it. You're wondering, wait a minute. The last 2 measures of the first line, where did that come from? Does that even sound right? Well, again, that gets back to it's an Ecossaise. It's a fun, unexpected thing, and leave it to Beethoven to do that. It's part of this is what helps make it an Ecossaise type thing. Second line, you have the repeat signs. After the repeat sign, let's go on. You hear? Two notes. 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2. Watch the fingering in the third line, second measure, here to here. And then fourth finger, connect the top note. You have to lift up on the thumb, but connect the top note. And then here. And you can use second finger on that A if you want. You have to use thumb again. And then the last part is the same as the first part. In the left hand, keep the left hand soft. It's just on it's accompaniment, provides harmony, provides rhythm. It's like a set of drums down here. You're gonna move around some, but that's okay. Second line, third measure. How you finger it is up to you. You can go here, here, so you get these all in one hand position and then move. Or you can play this one and then move. So you do here and then you catch the last 2 notes in one hand. Some people do it one way, some people do it the other way. You'll decide to experiment with both and pick one. Or if you have a teacher, they'll pick one for you. Going on the second line, now we have octaves and they're broken, meaning one after the notes are not together because the octaves are here and then here, here. See what they're doing? But oh. And then the third line, second measure. To me, I do a fourth finger on the F sharp. You can do a little finger if you want. I find fourth finger easier for me. Connect the F sharp to the G. You see the slurred line there? Well, you can't connect a repeated note on a piano. The piano won't let you. If there's a way to do it, I don't want to get into it. So you connect the bottom note. Here, and then the rest of it's like we had before. Work it out really, really slowly. As I said, I'm going kind of fast because I don't want the video to last forever. You go slow. You'll maybe a measure at a time, or whatever it takes to get it. And then you put the hands together. this just funner and all get out? I just love it. And then the rest of it's the same. When you have the notes and the rhythms working for you, then we can go back maybe and add in the staccatos and eventually the dynamics. I'm going to kind of combine them. I like to do things one at a time when I learn a piece of music. So it's like, okay, now I'll go add the staccato or the articulation, staccatos and accents and tenutos and all that stuff. So it would be this way. If that's connected. There's an accent on it. It sounds like an accident. And then lift up before you go on. It's a new. We want a little silence between that nose note. Like so. Now, second line, third measure. The G is not accent or is not staccato. Hold that out until you get to the next eighth notes here. When you play that D in the left hand, you let up on the G. So it's staccato, not staccato. So it's by itself and then let up. That's important. Going on. Now the left hand gets staccato. And the left hand stays staccato even though the right hand is slurred. Good luck with that. Then you have an accent there in the third line down, second measure. Again. Now even in the third line down, it's like the fourth measure over where the right hand has this type thing. I separate the left hand. I don't play this legato. It's out of mood for the piece. The piece is a light, happy dance thing, so I'm going to separate these anyway. I don't need staccatos to tell me to do that. And again, hold that G down. It's not staccato. And then it's back to what you were doing at the beginning. Now, dynamic-wise, medium soft at the beginning. That is for the melody, which is the right hand. Keep the left hand soft. And allegretto is between moderato and allegro. Somewhere in there, it's a range. To me, allegretto is a fun speed. If I'm going to play something fun, I'm probably going to play it allegretto. Or if I see allegretto in the music as an indication, to me it means it's intended to be a kind of a fun thing. Doesn't have to be. It could be a sad thing, I suppose. But so you'll have to decide what that is. I'm sure you can find recordings of this. Now you may have to experiment. What is medium soft? That's soft, very soft, soft, sort of loud, loud. Figure out what these are for you and stick with it for this piece. Another piece, another time may be different. But for right now, in this situation, for this piece, stick with whatever it is. If this sort of soft, keep the left hand soft. And then you're medium loud. So there's not a lot of difference between medium soft and medium loud. You go up a little bit. So here, if this, then medium loud. Just a little louder than that. Keep the left hand soft through the whole thing though. So again at the beginning it's then you'd repeat that, but let's go on. Now you're loud. Now you go up a little bit louder into the loud territory. Not really loud, just loud. And that's the right hand. The left hand stays down a little bit. And on these accents, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Then you you repeat that loud again, and then let's go on. And now you're back. Now it's soft. It's like it was at the beginning, but softer. The left hand has to be very soft. Now you're going up to loud. There's no retard or nothing at the end. That takes the funness out of it. You got to be fun all the way to the end. There's one little tricky spot in here. Well, there's a lot of tricky spots. One I want to point out. You see, invariably, in any piece of music you work on, at least it's worked that way for me, there's always one little area, maybe two, that just doesn't work for me. I just can't seem to get them. Well, I can get all the rest of it, just one little spot. And there's one spot here I want to talk about. And that happens twice. Well, you repeat it. Of course it happens twice. It's the second line, the last two measures, in the left hand. You hear, you're coming from this D to that D, 2 octaves down. There's no time. You got to be able to get there. May have to practice that. Spend extra time on that, so you make sure you can get that. Don't cheat this D. And some people, well, I won't play it. I'll just go on. You got to play it. It's there. It needs to be played. And make sure you can do that. So anywhere else in here where it's tricky for you, you're not getting it, spend extra time on that portion and just work out that little bit until you get it. And you continue to spend extra time on it each time you practice the piece. You'll continue to do that until you get it. It may take a few times. And that's the way it works. I'd like to do a play with me on this to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics, but we are going to do all the repeats, the whole thing like it's written, very slowly. Play it with me one hand at a time if you need to. Now I'm going to give us 1.5 beats to come in. Going to go ready and go. Like so, so be ready. Ready and go. Repeat